All right, well, in today's video, what we're going to do is we are going to place a bid inside of the DIBBS system. This video is assuming you've already identified a specific RFQ that you want to bid on. You've talked to your suppliers, you've added all of what your costs are, you've added what your profit is going to be. Now you have a specific bid price and the amount of days that it'll take you to deliver on those items, right? So those are the assumptions that we have here. Many times that I've worked with organizations that have placed bids inside of DIBBS, they've done the bid incorrectly, which already makes them unqualified to win the award. So I want to limit the amount of items that you may make a mistake on when you go through that bidding process. I'm going to try to keep this video fairly short because there are multiple different RFQs that are out there, which means that there are multiple types of bids that you could actually place. But the one that I'm going to go over today gives you a comprehensive view, for the most part, of exactly how to place in a bid. So this video should make you dangerous enough where you can place bids confidently inside of the system. All right, so let's dive into that. So now I'm on the DIBBS website right now, and I've already identified a specific solicitation that I'm going to bid on, which is going to be this one. So go up to search categories to solicitation, put in the solicitation number here. Don't need to click on any of this. If you do have any questions about anything that I'm going over on this page right there, you could always go to the other videos that I've created. All right. So now I'm going to search for this item, and this is the item that I am going to bid on. So in this case, this is the NSN number, the 5310011856230. It is a nut, and I'm going to bid on this. It is a small business item, and there are 1,555 pieces here. They issued this on April 1st, 2024. In today's video, I'm making this on April 2nd, 2024, which is a quick turnaround time. And then I'm going to click on this quote button. So I click on that, and it'll bring me to the input quote screen. So this is where I can actually place the bid. And like I said, I'm going to go through this fairly quickly just so you have enough information on exactly what you need to put in and how to minimize the amount of errors. Up at the top, we'll just go row by row. The bid type I've never changed as this is a bid without exception. I don't need a vendor quote number. Some companies like to put this in so they can identify exactly what their internal quote number is, but I just use the solicitation number that they have right here. Now, does it meet the packaging requirements? All bids must meet packaging requirements. So the RFQ will tell you what those packaging requirements are. That's where the ASTM and the military standard come into play. If you do have any questions on that, feel free to comment on this video and I can go over that with you. But you want to make sure that you adhere to all the package requirements for this bid. Discount terms, you can choose exactly, well, when do you want to get paid? Will you want to get paid net 30? Will you take a 2% haircut if you get paid within 10 days? In my experience, I'm always clicking net 30, and when I do invoice the government, rarely do they ever not pay you within 30 days. Rarely, and I mean that. How long is this quote valid for? A lot of manufacturers like to change their quote, or they say, hey, my quote to you is only good for 45 days. You want to make sure that your quote that you put into the system matches what your manufacturer, who you're getting the part from, when it comes to how many days that quote is valid for. So I'm keeping this at 60. Federal supply schedule, have never changed this, so don't change it. FOB point. So this is in essence going to tell you exactly, okay, well, where is this coming from, right? So if you're going to supply the government with the parts, where is it going to come from? In this case, our place of origin is in Glendora, California. So I would put in our city and our state and the country that we're in, which is in the United States. The next one is the government inspection point. Some contracts will have it where it's destination inspection, meaning that once they receive the parts, they will inspect the items to make sure that they are good to go. Other quotations that are out there will have a government inspection origin. This is where the DCMA comes to your or the location, inspects the parts or inspects the packaging to make sure that they're good to go. So if it is a destination, you ship it out, they inspect it once they receive it. If the contract already defaults to origin, this means that you need to tell the bid, you need to place the bid, you need to place in the information of where the inspection is going to take place. Our company, Men's Sourcing, which our cage code is 8 Hotel Uniform 7. We do the supply inspections at our location. So we have the DCMA come in to look at the parts before we ship them out. And we also do our own packaging. So we have the DCMA come in to inspect our packaging of those supplies before we ship them out. So I am putting my packaging cage code, my cage code for packaging and my cage code for supplies. Some companies out there, they don't like to do the inspection at their location, or they don't like to do the packaging. Maybe they subcontract that out. Wherever you're going to have the inspection being done at, you need to put the correct cage code in these areas. Okay. SPI process proposed. I've never touched this, so don't touch it. Now, this is where the pricing and the delivery comes into play. Now, in this case, there are 2 CLIN numbers. In my previous videos, I talk about the CLINs that are there. So in this case, we have 2 CLINs, meaning that we have 8 of these items going to one location and 1,547 going to another location. Now, to me, it doesn't matter where these items go. The unit price is going to stay the same. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down what the price is and the delivery days of when I can provide it, which is 392 days. I'm gonna then press this cascade fill, so then it automatically fills that. Meaning, doesn't matter where these items go, I'm still gonna be charging the government $31.50 each, and I can deliver it from the day of the award in 392 days from that point. Meaning that once I receive the award, I'm gonna then talk to my manufacturer, flow down the information to be able to create the parts. They'll create the parts, give me the parts, I can inspect them, I can package them, and I can ship it out to the government. That all gets taken care of within 392 days. Minimum quantity, minimum order quantity. Let's just say that you want to provide more parts to the government at no cost. Then you would click on this, which is silly. So I always click on no, I never change that. Quantity variance, no, I don't touch this, meaning that they ask for this amount, I'm going to provide that amount. Is there any quantity available for shipment? If you do have parts in-house and you can actually supply these items earlier, then more power to you. Click on yes, put the quantity, put the price, and how long it'll take you to actually deliver those items once the award is provided. In this case, I don't have the parts. I need to have the parts created in order to ship them out. So I click on no. Price breaks, I never fill this out for the government, so I don't touch it. Then once I've put in the price and all the delivery information, now the bid is asking me, well, what kind of part are you offering? Is it the exact part or is it an alternate part? In this case, it is the exact part, and the exact part is going to come from this cage code, and this is the part number internally for this manufacturer. Now, this in parentheses is 56878 is the cage code from my manufacturer. So I'd click on that, and internally for them, this is the part number. So I want to click on that. Supplies offered. This contract has specifics to make sure it's the correct part. Maybe it's a revision number, maybe there's an amendment. I've already talked to my manufacturer about this with the technical documents. So in this case, all the supplies that I'm going to be providing them are in accordance with the specs. So I want to click on this. Maybe it's a different version. You would click on this. Or maybe there's specific changes you need to make. 99.9% of the time though, it should be this. This contract also is a critical safety item, or the part is a critical safety item, meaning that the contract requires certain higher level quality. So I need to let the government know, hey, my company, Men's Sourcing, is certified. But what is it certified when it comes to the level of quality? In our case, we are ISO 9001 certified. Maybe your company is something different. If your company does not have a higher level quality, you are substantially limiting the number of contracts you can win. So one of the main recommendations here is to make sure you get a high level quality certification in place. In our case, we have ISO 9001, and we have that certified each year. So I click on that. And now it's asking for the are you the manufacturer or are you the dealer? Because we are a distribution company, we are the dealer of these parts. And because we are the dealer, they want to know exactly, well, who's going to make the parts? It's kind of counterintuitive because right up here, it shows you exactly, this is the part number. This is the part number. This is from the manufacturer. But again, we need to place that in. So 56878. So I put dealer, who's the actual manufacturer of this part? If I was the manufacturer, well, they know automatically 56878 is my cage code. And I'm going to manufacture these parts. But in this case, I'm a distributor, so I'm going to put in 56878 to let them know that's the manufacturer. Now, question is, are the supplies used, reconditioned, or remanufactured? You always want to make sure that they are not. And because they are not, you want to click on no. I've seen many companies go in here and say, yes, they are new, used, government, so they click on yes. The problem with that is you are going to automatically lose the bid. The government always wants to have new parts, and new means no. Just trust me on that. Hazardous material, in this case, these nuts are not hazardous, so I click on no. If they were, maybe there's a nuclear item that you're bidding on, you want to click on yes, and then, well, what warning label does it have? In this case, I click on no. Buy American Act, domestic end products, 99.9% of the time you're going to click on that. Duty-free entry requested, it defaults to no. I've never changed this to yes, so it's always no. North American Industry Classification System, this will show it as this NAICS. And what that is telling me, or telling the government, that the information below is more information about my specific company. So our company, Men's Sourcing, is a small business. So I want to click on small business. And if it is a small business, I need to select one or more of the following. Well, are we any of these? Are we a woman-owned small business? Are we a small disadvantaged business? Are we in a hub zone? In this case, Men's Sourcing is a veteran-owned small business, and we are a service-disabled veteran-owned small business. So I click on that. Now, if our business type was different, maybe we're, large business or other business, I'd click on that. But in this case, it's a small business, and we're a veteran-owned small business, so I click on that. Affirmative action compliance. For our company, we're very small, so we do not apply to affirmative action. If you need more information on that, you can click on any of these two FARs. Do you have previous contracts and compliance reports? Our company does, and we've participated and filed in that. So we would click on that. Before, when we first started out, we said not participated. That's not going to eliminate you from this contract. It just means you got to go through this process once you win an award. But in this case, we've won a ton of awards. So in that time, we've participated and filed. And do you agree to, if there is a dispute, would you resolve it with them? The answer is, go through their measures to resolve any disputes that you may have. I've always clicked on agree, so click on that. And you should always click on no if it is the case that you are not providing an end product that may have been mined, produced, or manufactured by forced or indentured child labor. Hopefully the answer to this is no. We've always clicked on no because we know exactly who our suppliers are. So we click on that. So going through this, I want to make sure, again, just to review, there are no yellows. Anything that is highlighted yellow means I still need to fill in that information. All right, I'd go through this again, and then I click on next. Brings you to a new screen, and it's giving you a summary of all the information you put. Things that you really want to care about here is saying, look, my price is $31.50 in 392 days. That's what it is. This is what the total award amount would be. That's what it is. And then I just want to make sure that because this is a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, I always want to make sure that is highlighted, or that is bold here. All right. And this is my vendor information here. And then I want to click on submit. Once you click on submit again, it'll say that your quote has been submitted successfully. So this is a video on exactly how to place a bid inside of the DIBBS system. If you haven't already, please like and follow. And also, if you have any questions or comments, or maybe there's a video that you'd like me to put together, there's not a lot of information out here on the internet about the DIBBS system and doing it. And that is what our job is, trying to really help you out with all that. All right. Have a good day.